You know, the thing about truth is truth can be in the eye of the beholder. Therefore, truth can be relative. However, the truth is the real facts about something. So there is a difference. Now, a fact is something that truly exists or happens, something that has actual existence. These are things that are true. Obviously, if we're talking about the divine or we're talking about God, some truths about this subject surpass what reason can demonstrate. And that's called faith. Philosophical reasoning cannot provide an exhaustive account of God's divine nature. What we are after is the intellectual credibility of these doctrines. Natural theology, or general knowledge of God, seeks to demonstrate God's existence or aspects of his nature by means of human reason and experience. The conclusions of natural theology do not rely on supernaturally revealed truths, but rather that which can be ascertained by means of the senses or rational methods of investigation. That being said, my first reference for natural theology is the book of Genesis, which is also called the first book of Moses. Now Moses, according to Acts 7:22, was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, and Egypt will most definitely be a continued reference point to where the roots of all civilized knowledge comes from. Genesis 1:1 says, "In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth." We're going to concentrate on the very first part. In the beginning God created the heaven. And a bit about the word God. All that we know for certain is that the word God is a relatively new European invention, which was never used by any of the ancient Judeo-Christian scripture manuscripts, which were written in Hebrew, Aramaic, Greek, or Latin. Our word God goes back to Germanic to Indo-European, in which the corresponding ancestor form meant invoked one. Here's a bit about the word heaven. In this case, when we talk about heaven, we are talking about the expanse of space that seems to be over the earth like a dome. Natural theology is that which signifies science as being true to God. Science is knowledge about or study of the natural world based on facts learned through experiments and observation. Now here is the universe. This is a slice of our universe as seen through the Hubble telescope. And what we are seeing here are various galaxies that are old and new, galaxies forming, galaxies that have been around, galaxies that are dying. But the point is we see billions of galaxies in this little slice of the heaven. Solar nebula. Let's take a look at the formation of a solar nebula. Our solar system began forming within a concentration of interstellar dust and hydrogen gas called a molecule cloud. The cloud contracted under its own gravity, and our proto-sun was formed within the hot, dense center. The remainder of the cloud formed a swirling disk called a solar nebula. The scripture reads again, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." Now here, the earth is thought to have been formed about 4.6 billion years ago by collisions in this gigantic dish-shaped cloud of material that also formed the sun. Gravity slowly gathered this gas and dust together into clumps that became asteroids and small early planets called planetesimals. Verse 2 continues on and says, "And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep."